Hello. So, before I get myself in a bit of a coughing fit, I've just been trying to clear a lot of this stuff out. You see how much stuff there is. Just moving this stuff all out of the way, shelving unit, everything like that. Just trying to clear this space down here. Before I begin, I thought I'd do a little before it all goes in. So I'm going to do a lot of prep work today. So laying Kingspan, I'm going to go and get some Kingspan later. Lay that all down, do like a bit of a back wall and a front wall on it. It's just going to protect it and insulate it, make it run a bit quieter as well, which would be good. And then I've got to start playing around with these pipes. That's our incoming main here. Look at this, bit naughty, isn't it? Someone tapped in before it. Before the meter. Here we go. Oh God, I need to put a mask on down here. So what I need to work out is which one of these. There's a T off this way. There's a T off this way. There's a random one that goes that way and out there somewhere. So I need to work out what, what does what, where this all goes. So if I get a chance a bit later, I'm going to put some valves on these. I want to find out which one's the kitchen sink. Basically, I'm going to put a push fit valve on each of these. They could just isolate it and just work out which one's which. And then when it comes to it, what I'm going to do is, say for example, this one is the kitchen sink. That's my educated guess because it's going in the direction of the sink, which is over there. I'm going to turn this off. Then I'm going to put a filter on that, just for the kitchen sink. So lime scale filter. I'm going to obviously tidy it all up and everything like that. Then I've got a few things that's going on down here. I'm going to have water softener, power tank, and an overflow pump. Obviously it being in a cellar. See this old coal chute here. See they tied it off. Look, but that used to lift up and used to pour your coal down here, and then it'd be your coal store down here. So anyway, nothing about the coal store. So yeah, I've got an overflow pump here. So if the power tank or the, when the water softener even does its discharge and stuff like that, it can go into this other little tank. The tank fills up, and then what it'll do is it'll pump it up and then out. So all I need to do is get a waste pipe up above the top of the stairs, because that's ground floor. You can see where ground floor is, about there. So get it up, out, and then into the stack. The stack is somewhere roughly, it's about here somewhere on the outside. Somewhere. So I'm not going to go through that because it's all been concreted through there. So I'm going to pump it up and out there and then into the stack. Hate working in cellars. Not nice, but it needs to be done. Right, mask on, let's get sweeping. So I've hoovered out the cellar. I've got a nice little working area now. Now what I'm going to do is, whilst I wait for the traffic to die down, because I want to go and get some Kingspan and stuff, I'm going to core drill this out. So I measured it through here. So this is going to be the pumped waste that I'm going to terminate into that stack. So look how lucky this was. I've got a 300mm bit and a 400mm bit. 400 was obviously too long, but look at this, look. Just about fits in there. So that's good. So I'm going to get that all thing. I brought my extractor out here because don't want to make a mess again. What I was going to say, on my socials, they gave me a cordless vac and stuff. Didn't ask for anything like that. I just sent it over. But it's not the most powerful thing, the cordless. It's good. Like, don't get me wrong. You can get enough done, but I think what people expect it'll be something like this. This is an absolute beast. And if you're going to pay out the money for one, I'd really recommend this. It's the there we go. ASR 35 ACP is the one I've got. You can see I've plugged my core drill into here. Also acts as a great extension lead, by the way. If you just plug your Hoover in somewhere, there's a great extension lead. But other than that, you plug into there, and I turn that to AR. Then when I pull the trigger on my core drill, this will start up. So yeah, it's a wicked bit of kit. But I'm just going to plug that into my little attachment in there, and we'll be good to go. Right, let's get this core drilled. Just starting to rain. Lovely. Right, let's get this done. I've just remembered as well, as I was core drilling that, I was assuming it was plastic waste pipe, but I think, and I'm going to double check on this, but when I did it before, I changed the outlet of the SAR 40, which is going to be the overflow pump, because it's pumping it out high pressure. I think I did it in copper pipework last time, which would make sense because I don't think solvent weld is strong enough for it. You'd have to use the high pressure plastic stuff, which I've used at my house on the pumps. So as it's a fairly short run, I'm going to get some copper fittings and stuff. Now the only thing I'm trying to think of is on the outside where it goes into the stack, I'm going to have to create like a little trap or something. So I'll probably think of something sexy for that and do that so that it looks quite nice. But yeah, right, let's get going anyway. I've got a lot to do, so see you in a bit. Right, I'm back. Got my Kingspan. Cut this down to size. Just put a little bit of expandy on the flow, just where it's a little bit uneven. And stick that down there. That's a nice, good base for that to sit on now. So I like that. Change of plan. I'm not going to have the water softener down here, and that's because basically the pump that would take the overflow recharge on the water softener, obviously it's getting rid of salt and stuff like that, and if I thought about it, if the pump fails, then there's no way of it discharging. It will just overflow down here everywhere. So we're going to put that upstairs and just have that overflow on gravity up there. Yes, I'm going to do that. So let's have a little look. Right, I'm going to do a couple of walls now just to get that round. That'd be nice. So careful, I've got this built now, so got that up there. That's nice and solid. Did a load of expandy foam around everywhere. So what I'm going to do, put my power tank down here, have the SAR 40, which is basically like an overflow pump, next to it. Was going to have the water softener down here. Spoke to the guys at Pedrolo and they were like, Todd, we don't think it's a good idea. If you're discharging the water softener into the SAR 40, if the SAR 40 pump ever fails, what's going to happen to the water softener? So like if you can relocate that somewhere else, that'd be a lot better, which makes sense. Also, it'd be filling the SAR 40 with like salt and all the rest of it, and we don't want that. We just want to get rid of the salt. So change of plan there, but got this all in. This is a bit more like it, a bit more of a base for it to sit in. Under, you could see it was all uneven and all sorts underneath. So gonna lay this will sort of insulate it. I'm also going to put a little bit of loft roll just on the underside. There's a great little tip there. This is so cheap, this stuff. This, I think that's like 20 quid or something for that whole roll off of out of Wicks or whatever. So I'm just going to roll that out, and then my power tank can sit on there. And so that just stops any noise of a vibration. So it'd be super quiet as well. I mean, it's a super quiet thing anyway because it's a submerged pump, but I always want to just keep the vibration to a minimum. So gonna do that. I have anti-vibration clips, so rubber line clips everywhere just to help that, and yeah, get that sorted. So got this in now. What I'm doing today, because we've got this all set up when I got all this done yesterday, like you can see, that's absolutely solid now. It's not moving about or anything. Stuck it down, a bit of foam, that's all good. So today I'm gonna start prepping the pipe work, mainly just the awkward stuff like the discharge pipe work. On this pump, it has to be obviously high pressure. Last time I did it in copper, it was quicker and easier for me. So I'm going to do that again today. So when I got a few fittings this morning, obviously the only thing difference here is it's not pumping out anywhere. It's just going to be pumping out into a stack. So I've got to basically run it up and make a little trap out of copper. So I'm going to do that. But my run here is sort of, obviously, I think I'm going to put the SAR pump here. I'm going to cut a section of this out if I need to, just to sink it down lower, because obviously the overflow needs to fall into this pump, and then I'm going to have to pump out. I don't know what way I'm going to orientate it yet. I'm going to have to get it all down here tomorrow when it gets delivered. But bring this up here, straight out, and then up, and you can see I've started to sleeve that already. So there's my pipe snug through, so that's part L compliant now, and that's my bit of sleeving, and then I've got 1.25" going out of there, so that'll be good. Yeah, so that is that. Let's get cracking. let's chit chat more work. All right, so I'm out here. I obviously got that in quick before anyone used the loo upstairs. All you need for this is, as you can see, you don't need to, you just punch it in anywhere. That's the size of it. So you just need a 57mm hole saw, punch through, and then you give you this key. And then you push it in there, and you no more than 3 turns. That's what it says here, just in case. What happens if you do it more than 3 times, the bit inside falls off and it's game over. So it's a compression fitting, so it's a mechanical fitting, so you don't need to worry about gluing it. I always just glue this bit anyway, belts and braces around there. You don't need to, but I do anyway. I just think, why wouldn't you? It just makes it easier. This can go onto cast iron, plastic, so it's a great fitting for punching in with. But yeah, that is just one thing you want to make sure. And obviously, the top is at the top. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, the top there. So I've got that now. What I'm going to do is come across here. I'm going to trap it up into this and then out. So as it comes out, it traps and then pushes out the stack. Yeah, so looking forward to this little bit of part work. Let's go. So whilst I wait for that to cool down quickly, what would you do here? Because this is obviously like a pumped overflow. So what it'll do is it'll fill up a little tank and then pump the entire tank out if the power tank was to overflow. So it's quite a lot of water. When I previously did this, I like stuck it out and it sort of just shot down over the footpath. And it was, when I tested it, it was like a massive amount of water. But again, it acts as like a bit of a warning pipe. So like an overflow does, but remember that it doesn't just like drip out like an overflow. This is just like fills the whole tank up, pumps the tank out, shoots out everywhere. So I sort of diverted the pipe when I did it last time, so it wouldn't go like over people if they walk past or whatever, because on their job it was like a little front door and just walked out into the street, so sort of tucked it down one way, so if it shot out it went like against the garden wall or whatever. And that was the only way I could do that. With this one here, it's quite tricky, because obviously what you could do is have maybe a bit of like, you could tuck this 35mm into like a 42mm reducer and have like a ton dish. So like the majority of the water would go like down through the trap and split out the top a little bit. But to be honest, I've been thinking about whether I should do that or not, and I just think that's going to make more of a mess anyway. As you can see, this is a little alleyway. The front door's around there, so no one's ever going to come down here. There is a second door here, but they're going to block it up like next door. So you see our next door's just got like a window there. So there's going to be no need to come down here. So if there's water just gushing out here, they're just going to walk straight out there. So they're not even really going to notice it anyway. What they probably are going to notice is the sound of the pump that keeps running. And obviously I'm going to tell my customer to keep an eye on it. A little bit outside of mine, but at least if this is sealed, so if this is coming out of here, down a trap and then out the stack, at least the water is just sort of just running out, because even if it did run out here for ages, no one would know about it anyway, because they wouldn't see it. So what would you do? Drop it in the comments below if you've got any ideas. But I think what I'm going to do is just seal the trap into there and make the warning on the pump downstairs. So there we have it. That's the trap done. Stop the smells coming back. Obviously, as you can see, I've put 2 couplings on. It means if it ever gets blocked or anything like that, you can just whip these 2 couplings off, drop that down, sort it all out. So that's what I've done there. So it's done. So now we're going to go inside.